Driver got distracted and as soon as I got in an accident, and the scatter shook his self-defense, lost his memory at any expense, and then a witness has been to describe that in the window was a bearded guy. Now on the radio, TV, and the press release, they're looking for the bearded man, because the man with the beard has a criminal mind. They're looking for the bearded man in the window.
I am Roland Johns. I am Sim Racing.
I'm Wes Fuller, driver of number 35, Stand Up to Cancer Forward. I am Sim Racing.
Hi, I'm Cameron Peterson. I am Sim Racing.
What's going on? It's Rob Biotti from 4i Racing, driver number 44 Trailer to Canyon, and I am Sim Racing.
Hello, I am Christopher Hamilton, and I am Sim Racing.
Hi, I'm Eric Andrews. I am Sim Racing.
We are Sim Racing.
Hello and welcome everybody to the Lucas Oil Off-Road Racing iRacing Short Course Edition. And of course it's round number 10, and it has been a wild 10 rounds so far. A couple different winners, a couple of new drivers who stood tall on the box here. Jared Brooks been one to keep an eye on for sure. Sheldon Creed back in the mix last week. Can he repeat again on top? We'll find out here as we check out. As we move to northern part of the racing series, and that would be Reno, Nevada. And we're at Wild West. Let's talk about it. You can see our format here again at the Lucas Oil Wild West Short Course. Again, the Pro 4s are going to be running all four ties, digging and clawing their way around the elevations here in Reno. Qualifying will be 10 minutes. We're going to have 4 heat races, and the feature is now still 22 laps. Or are we going?
Yeah, the feature is 22 laps, but
okay.
We've actually dropped the count for the drivers to make it into the feature. So out of qualifying, we're taking the top 10 drivers.
All right.
And then out of the heats, we're taking the top 2 drivers. So we'll have a total of 18 drivers on the field for the feature. They've actually shortened the field size, make it a little more competitive for some of the guys out there.
Yeah, I like that. A lot more racers able to try and race their way in if they don't qualify in the first attempt there. So it's great. Of course, we're going to throw the old comp caution halfway through this race, as we usually do. And, of course, we've got some people behind this broadcast that make it all possible. And, of course, that's our host and the man with the plan who has set up the iRacing Short Course Series, young Connor Berry. The sponsors, of course, CBR Performance Products, AIM Data Systems, Sparco, CDC Apparel. It's just not clean.
It's super clean.
And it's Bomber Eyewear. We've got K&N, Lawrence Equipment, and Rigid Industries. Of course, the broadcast brought to you by Death by Moose Media. And, of course, myself, Dave Arnold, and joined alongside Randall Alvarez, making the magic happen.
Trying to. All right, let's talk about last race. Last race was actually pretty good for a lot of the heat racers. We had, my brain.
Jared Brooks?
Yeah, Jared Brooks. He moved his way all the way up.
Like the great Kreskin over here.
A wealth of knowledge that I can depend on.
And the other one, Sheldon Creed, just mentioned him.
Yeah, No, but they worked their way up really well.
Which, speaking of, just saw him sliding down the hill there.
Well,
the 74.
He's been practicing that reverse coming out of turn 2.
Well, I'll tell you what. We watched him at Wild Horse Pass and literally got spun around, went backwards around turn 3 there, and was able to still battle his way up and retain the lead.
That's correct. And I know some of the admins are actually making some changes. So in the beginning of the race, we had Sheldon and a couple of the other guys actually step out into the flags. That technically is a no-go, but that wasn't called on the field. So now for some of the corners, if there's any flags or any flags before the barrier, you can't cut that section. You actually have to stay on the other side of the berm wrapping around it. So that's also going to be something we might see. Some guys getting an EOL or an end of line push or a black flag warning to get rotated back if they cut the course in any section.
That makes sense, absolutely.
So we might see that coming up on turn 4.
Okay, I'm liking the rules thrown down just like in real life. Can't cut the course. Race officials aren't going to like that. No, Greg Fouts would definitely point the finger and give you a stern warning on the radio the first time. Second time, the old black flag comes out, and nobody likes that.
No one enjoys that. But
and of course, this will be the first round when the actual Lucas Oil Off-Road Racing Series, gets started back up in the end of July, and they're going to be going to Reno. So a lot of these drivers starting to spend as much time on this course as they can. So very exciting to see. I know Jared Brooks said he's been able to apply a lot of what he's learned in here, and I know Luke Knupp has mentioned that too. A lot of these drivers taking note to how they're going to set their trucks up possibly a little bit different. And I don't think really I should say that line setup for them going into has changed now. But of course, when you get out there, the blades, the track maintenance crew can do little changes here and there.
that's correct. And actually, I'm curious to see how everyone turns out for this first race and how iRacing has affected their racing career. Whether it's going to improve them or maybe be and I wouldn't want to say this, but maybe a detriment. Maybe their driving style changed due to adapting.
Well, hopefully they don't go out there and play ping pong balls with these things. 'Cause, boy, it gets expensive in real life.
I don't think they'll do that, but I definitely think maybe some of the drivers might improve just because they're going to have to be. It's going to be more. What's the word? Muscle memory now, and less worrying about what's going out.
A lot of the drivers have been able to do some test times in real life, and I know they've been seeing some of the social media posts of them out at the tracks and getting it, but nothing really, says it like a racing, situation. A lot of these drivers, like you said, with the muscle memory and, just being comfortable, not being out of a cockpit in a racing condition.
Yeah, and I always found that that's honestly the best thing is practice for any career or profession is if the more time you get just building that muscle memory, the better you start to excel when you're stuck in a situation where a lot of that thinking goes away and it goes straight to your core of what you memorized.
Well, I think the biggest problem for some of the real drivers, they won't be able to yell at their moms or their wives who bring them snacks during the middle of the race or a nice ice cold beverage.
I'm still looking for that the automated cup holder for my racing sim. I haven't found one yet. I'm going to get one eventually. Bring it up to you out of a cool fresh beer rolls out.
Your little robot set up there with your button box you're making.
Exactly.
Push the button and the cold brewski comes out.
Good idea. I might have to patent that.
Who has built a simulator with a cooler built into it?
I don't think anyone has, but that's a good idea.
Yeah, a cooler built into it, a little refrigerator.
And then you can
maybe a tap.
A tap, and then also possibly add some fans to it. But I do believe it's time for Chappie's Invocation.
All right, well, time to little man from our direct line to the man upstairs, Steve Hansen, the Racers for Christ chaplain.
Hello, racers. This is Steve Hansen, chaplain with Racers for Christ. Just wanted to take a time to pray with you before your race. So please bow with me as we pray. Father, I know it may seem silly to pray before a race such as this, but it's a good reminder to us that regardless if we're putting our lives on the line or we're just having a good time, you want to be in constant communication with us. In that spirit we pray today. And Father, I just ask that you would keep us, our families, our teammates, and our competitors safe during this time, that we would remain healthy while this virus spreads, that we would find security in times of economic uncertainty, and that our community would remain tight and grounded, even though we find ourselves in political turmoil in the community that surrounds us. So, Father, in all this, I just ask that we would find the health and security and the hope in our future, even though things seem uncertain at this time. So in Jesus' name I pray, amen.
And we are back with 11 or 10 seconds before we get into the anthem. So if everyone wants to go ahead and get ready and stand up, take off your hats, and get ready for the national anthem.
That beautiful paint scheme there on Bronson Cheramani's truck. So it's time for the greatest song in the world, our national anthem.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rugged red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Oh.
And very awesome to see the stars and bars flying around Reno, Nevada's Wild West. I should say just outside of Reno, Nevada, and Sparks, Nevada. So looking forward to this race. I mean, halfway through the season?
Yeah,
A little bit, we'll say.
a little bit.
Yeah.
It's
Close.
the season's getting a little longer, but
Yeah.
definitely halfway through the season. But I think the length of it that's going to be good. It's going to give some of these guys more time to kind of spread their legs.
Well, I think that the points have been established, or to see who would, but you're not too far out still to climb your way up with this many races still to go.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and talk about some qualifying times. Let me organize my side so we can. Ooh, look at that. Trenton Briley throwing out some heaters. Best lap so far, 49.982. Looks like everyone is still waiting on putting out their time, because usually this lap people are low 49s.
Yeah, it's.
I wonder if they all changed their setups, and that's something that we're gonna have to pay attention to. Is I think the last 2 to 3 races has been pretty indicative of driving, of how people are changing their setups and driving, and maybe they're setting themselves up more instead of a fast lap to get in front in the pole, but to be more of an endurance run and survive that long run.
Yeah.
And we can kind of see it with some of the drivers where they're definitely fast on qualifying, but you throw them in, a full length race, 22 laps, and comp caution in between there, and they don't have the
Well,
momentum.
we also saw it too with the laps really coming down in the way I know Jared Brooks was talking about, as well as Sheldon Creed. Their setup, they set him up to run later in the race.
Yep.
And you can see they got faster and other drivers got slower.
Yeah.
So we'll see if some of the other drivers are going back to it. I know Luke has talked about that in the past and had a lot of early success with it. As we look on board here with Holden Heitritter.
Let's see what time he throws out right now.
Seeing who's going to qualify. Again, top 10 qualify, go automatically, and then we are taking more drivers out of the heat racing, make it a little bit more competitive and give another chance for other drivers that sometimes had a little bad luck in qualifying but always do well in the race situation, so they can fight their way through the heat.
Yeah, and we have a total of 51 drivers trying to get into this. So
Nice.
Woo! That's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, good to see out here, Rodrigo and Pudia.
Yes.
Out a fast lap.
Very excited to see Rodrigo racing again. Awesome family, the Impudias. Speaking of Impudias in Mexico, and fortunately bad news coming out of Mexico as far as the Baja 500 has been canceled, which has already been rescheduled, and still dealing with some of the pandemic stuff down across the border and some restrictions going on that won't allow that large of a crowd, because when the Baja 1000, the Baja 500, any of the races down there, the fans turn out. Mexico has some of the greatest fans, the nicest people that come down, to continue to see and watch them roll across the finish line there, get interviewed.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, I'm kind of bummed on that. I was looking forward to making a stop at La Fonda, getting the lobster in Puerto Nuevo.
Sounds so good.
Oh yeah, it's the best. So on the way down, you stop at La Fonda, you get some tacos, you get an adult margarita.
Yep.
Enjoy right on the beach. Then you do your couple days down there, and then after the awards, we come home and we go to Puerto Nuevo and stop for a lobster dinner. It's kind of like the tradition.
Yeah, so. I know what you're talking about. My paintball team had a tradition kind of like that when we do Vegas trips.
Okay. Vegas is Batista's, just to let you know.
Okay. See,
the old school Italian, restaurant where, the Rat Pack used to hang out with.
Yeah.
Guy in an accordion playing around, carafes of wine. Gotta love it. It's like old Vegas.
Yeah, our
kind of like the Continental Room here in Fullerton.
Exactly. Our tradition was a little less formal.
Oh, this is no formal. It's like a family style.
Yeah, we would go to the Sandwich of Earl for the first day.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
And then
let me guess, In and Out.
No, in between tournaments, or in between the days, we'd stop at Cane's Chicken, because there's one on the way to the field. So that was our stop for that, and then we always had I think we'd hit the PBR bar on Sunday nights after the tournament was done. So whether we won or lost, we'd have a good time. It's a lot of fun.
I don't know. I'll take La Fonda in Mexico and margaritas and tacos on the beach anytime. Or, of course, when you're down there, you sneak out before all the stuff out and you go to Papa's and beer.
There you go.
So, that's kind of got to do it. So, on board again with Roland Johns. Now, Roland's been having some good runs for sure.
Yeah, it looks like he just
except
finished
for
off his.
except for the wall on the K-rail.
Finishing off his qualifying there. Roland scoring 13th right now.
At least he knows he's getting a new truck.
So our top 10, let's go ahead and get into it. I think everyone's pretty much said and done for, unless someone sneaks in. We have Jarrett Brooks taking P1, Mickey Thomas taking P2, Ethan Ebert taking 3rd. Nice to see that up there. Trenton Briley taking 4th. Awesome. Sheldon Creed taking 5th. Holden Heitritter in 6th. Luke Knupp in 7th. Alan Impudia in 8th. 9th going to Ronnie Anderson. And 10th.
Zach Drafkin just snuck right under the wire. He slid into home to qualify.
Way to go, Zach.
But unfortunately, Braden Chermani, Watson, Roland Johns, Leverton, Heck, Hardesty, Johnson, Graham, Dickerson, Osborne, Merritt, Ingelston, Prater, Newer. Looks like Peta, Lawrence, Arjona, Weitzel, Rodrigo, and Pudi. That's kind of a shocker. Gonna see him go. But I'm looking at these times. I mean,
They're close.
They're really close.
Like, Zach was what?
A 50.213.
And then the Braden was a 50.229. Like,
and then even looking
you
down
could
at
have sneezed and
Rodrigo,
lost it there.
or even like Jimmy Weitzel was a 50.977. Rodrigo was a 51.029.
Yeah.
I mean, those are just like blinks of an eye.
Yeah, you could have sneezed and messed up on that. But now to divulge some information, we have an inversion. Top 4 being inverted. So pole is going to go to Trenton Briley, I believe.
Okay. The ping pong balls have been pulled.
Yep.
Trenton Briley's another one to keep an eye on too. He's been really quiet and kind of sneaks his way right up into the upper pack.
He's had a rough time.
Yeah.
The past 3 races, he's been in the mid pack, kind of finishing there. You'd see him bring his way up, and then something happens, and he just drops back down again. So hopefully,
I know it's just a matter of time. So he's had some success, and I think it's about time we start seeing him in the top 5 again.
I think we will.
Alan Pudia, Rodrigo, they're always right in there. Ricky Johnson. So speaking of Ricky, he'll be in this first heat race with Braden Cheramani, Corbin Lieberton, Brian Osborne for the Black Rhino, Mason Prater, Mateus Arjona, Rodrigo Ampudia, Oliver Goldie, good to see Oliver back again, Chris Newer, Kyle Cooper, Daniel Rampart, Anthony Chusey, what's up Anthony, and Brody King and Leighton Kramer.
Oh, did I hear that correctly?
Yeah.
Great to see him back.
I'm
Awesome.
stoked. Hope all is well doing with Leighton.
Yeah, there he is. Boom. That,
What's up, buddy?
That neon colored truck. Love it.
That'd be part of that critical hit Bass Brewers?
I believe it's the Critical Hit Bass Lures Racing Team, or
Yeah.
yep, or Critical Hit Racing.
Whatever they are, they got you hooked.
Yes.
Oh.
They got you. Big time. Oh, let's get a little love to her. Uh-oh.
Check. I did something.
All right, looks like we're having a little bit of mic issues, but don't worry about it. We'll get that going.
You don't want to hear me anyways. There we go.
There we go.
There we go. There, did I fix it?
I believe so.
Okay. Nothing that a mallet won't fit. Oh, wait. Check. 1, 2.
Yep. It's in and out, though.
Yeah, it is. I don't know what's going on.
All right, and we're back.
Nothing with a little mallet of persuasion will do. Like they fix many of the things in the race cars. Trying to act like a stone. not moves, so my mic works.
All right. Looks like we're still waiting on 2 drivers to pop in, but other than that, we have 14 drivers for this first heat.
Uh-oh, Oliver Golding having a problem not mailing. Looks like Daniel Rampart. Oh,
Yep, Rampart's in. And we're going to be doing 8 laps with a comp caution at 4. Yep, and that's just going to be a 1-lap stop. So pretty much a stop and go, and then pile everyone up on the back straight, and then go from there.
I like it. All right, let's see what's going to happen here. You guys revving their motors up.
Oh, yeah.
man. Let's see. There we go. Can you hear me still?
Yep.
Nope. Got it. Don't touch the mic. Dave, keep your hands in your pocket and quit touching things. Sir.
All right. Jinx.
Double jinx.
You owe me a soda. Oh, you beat me to it. Double jinx.
All right, Gary Lane's going to get him started off here in the pace truck. Nobody has more laps than him on the track.
Fastest truck out there.
Yep. Since iRacing's been at it, he's done thousands and thousands and thousands of laps. Drivers all around the world.
And we are green, green, green for heat number 1.
Chiramani and Lieberton going to lead him up the hill.
Oof. Looks like we got a roll in the back.
Oh, it's setting the things now, okay. So it's Chiramani, Lieberton, Johnson, Osborne. Oh, a little hit there. Chiramani gets a little bit of a boot by Lieberton.
Still a clean pass, but I think Lieberton just clipped out a little bit.
It's showing, I do believe, Lieberton in first. Chiramani in second. They pitch it sideways. Over rotation by Chiramani, able to recollect himself, though. Johnson and Prater able to slide by into second and third.
And that's actually going to put Ricky Johnson in second, like you just said.
As that Mason Prater slamming right up in there.
Oh! Rodrigo.
Yeah.
Not getting on those brakes soon enough.
Rodrigo Pudia there, the 44, making a slide around. Mateus Arjona moves up into fourth. Ricky Johnson in third. Mason Prater second. And Corbin Lieberton, our leader, as they head up the hill on board the number 6 machine of Ricky Johnson.
Uh-oh. Ricky Johnson losing a little control and getting the side of Prater right there, but definitely was a little racing incident. Both those guys came in rough off that corner.
I leave that up to the officials. All I do is I sees what I sees.
And Prater's back at it. Way to recover.
Oh, beautiful side-by-side with Prater. Bumping and banging off the bumps into turn 2.
Ooh, catching the back end there.
Oh. I see Rodrigo Ampudia stalking back there behind Prater. The 44 Monster Energy driver, Rodrigo Ampudia. Lucas Oil, Papa Sabir.
Both Ricky Johnson and Mason Prater are having a hard time with this corner, but it looks like they figured it out now. All right, and that should throw us...
The comp caution?
One before the comp caution.
Okay. It's next time around.
Oh, nope. Comp caution thrown.
That is it, yeah.
They threw one round early.
Or a lap.
One lap, yeah. You're correct. I was thinking next time around.
It's okay. I got your back, brother.
Thank you. All right, so now that Corbin's back up with the pack, I think this gives Ricky Johnson and Mason a chance to reel him back in.
What about Mateus? And look at Leighton Kramer, already up into 5th place. Man, Leighton's fast.
Yeah, he is.
He's always got that magic setup. He's another driver, really, you see him later in the race that comes forward.
Looks like he had to fight his way up there. A little roughed up on the front.
Mason Prater's got that Bill Stein right on top there. Looking real good.
Looks like someone looking to get their laps back.
Well, it's going to be a little late here because we're supposed to go green this time, right? Oh,
Yep.
Talk about sending it right in front of us. Here we are, green, 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 once again. Leverton and Johnson side by side.
Lane with that slide. Beautiful entrance. Clean.
You know what? There was an open door there.
That was a clean shot.
Sometimes, you're the berm, and sometimes the other guy's the berm. Oh, Hammer goes a little wide. Able to stays out of the mess. Johnson and Arjona battling back there for the 4th place.
Leighton.
Yep. Look at that. Side by side. He's going to have that inside line on Prater as they come up the hill.
Prater with that nice rotation. But Leighton's already on that berm, and that's going to give him the speed he needs. Neck and neck.
Wow. Ooh, that's a hard landing there.
Whoa!
Oh, Kramer, a little too much speed comes in there.
Whoa!
And Leverton and him get into it.
And Prater running away with it. There we go.
Guess I forgot about the brake pad going to turn 1.
Yeah.
Brake check. So Prater, Chiramani now. What did I say earlier? Keep an eye on Chiramani.
Yeah, and he was fighting in that mid pack, and that definitely opened up his slot to get in there.
Mason Prater does not surprise me at all, being up front there. Talented young driver.
It was kind of funny. Anthony Chusey driving like a bat out of hell. He's got Prater and Braden right behind him.
Yeah.
He's trying to just stay up ahead.
Anthony, one of our drivers in the Lucas Oil Regional Series.
Look at him go.
Great to have him here. Hey, he's running like a scared rabbit. I don't want to go a lap down, is what he's saying.
Very nice of him.
He let him by.
Yeah. That right there is that's some character out in the field.
Definitely some characters out on the field. Oh, he has character. You're right. Thought you were being general.
No. All right, and we actually have a battle breaking out between Ricky Johnson and Corbin Leverton.
Leverton trying to fight his way back up into the pack again.
Oh. Braden Charmonti and Mason Prater. Oh, and that rotation. Just couldn't get it on the inside.
So we're gonna take what, top 5 out of each heat race, or top 2?
Top 2, yep.
So we're gonna have less drivers in the main event.
That's correct.
Ooh.
Only 18 drivers will make it to the main.
Wish I could. The way they used to do some stuff too. They also, out of all the heat races, they would take 2 of the top fastest times, and that way you can get 20 drivers. Just saying.
And there we have it.
So Chiramani and Prater.
Way to go, guys.
So Johnson didn't make it. Surprise.
Oof.
Or Ampudia or Newer or.
They got caught up in that battle with Leighton.
Leighton, yeah.
Yeah.
Thought Leighton was going to be moving through it too. And
He just stayed too heavy on the gas.
yeah, it's a shame.
And that uphill is really, it's
hard to judge.
Exactly, especially if you're trying to make that slide on the inside and the door's open. Your braking points, you got to be on point with those things.
Plus, if the track's a little slick, you tend to slide a little farther.
That's correct.
It's like being on a slip and slide, except uphill.
Yeah. All right, round 2.
With 3,000 pounds taking you where you want to go. All right, heat number 2. Looks like we're going to have Elliott Watson, Sean Hepp, Brody Graham, Randy Merritt, Got Reese Newer,
Nice.
Mikey Lawrence, Anthony Davis, George Lamosis, Eric Victor.
Let's see if son can outrace father.
Yeah, oh yeah. So you got Jordan Bernlohr
Yep, that is.
and Trenton Shelton and Jeff
Obering.
Obering. Still, I like Jeff. He runs the 999 just like he does on the UTV.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then I believe Brandon.
Marciero?
Yep, Arciero should be in there too.
Okay. Seeing Bronson Chiramani?
Bronson's an admin, but since he's in the race, he's being slotted.
Okay.
So it's just iRacing has to do that.
I'm not going to argue. Sounds like guys slamming through the gears in the background. So we're just waiting for everybody to. Looks like they've populated.
Yep, just waiting on
Arciero.
But it's going to run through the whole time just because Bronson is technically not going to load for the race.
Yep.
Well, you know what? While we're at it, let's go ahead and run through their paint schemes. I know we usually do that for the feature, but it'd be nice to kind of check them out and show off what they got.
Sure.
All right, starting off with Elliott Watson.
Yeah, and of course there's Honda Racing, the Honda Talon, General Tire. One of the good sponsors there, KMC. And then you got, what the heck, Motorsports. I like that, Sean Heck. You you could read on the side bed what it says there.
Yeah, I'm not doing that one.
And then Brody Graham, he's got the Lucas Oil Regional Off-Road Racing Series on the side there. And then that is the, let's see, Sparco. And, I have that.
Yep.
And that is a gardening and landscape service.
That's correct, yes.
Yeah. Can you read it? I couldn't read it.
Oh, I
gotta look for my message here. I'll find it. Then you got the Mongo Racing 618, Randy Merritt. Then you got Sparco, back full send 79 of Reese Newer, BF Goodrich on that. Mikey Lawrence and the BF Goodrich Lawrence Equipment. And then Anthony Davis, the Rigid Industries machine. There's George Lamosis and the Traxxas, the fastest name in remote control cars. I'm just reading what it says.
I know.
Eric Victor, some people are so sensitive.
Hey, man.
Eric Victor, the 737, Swift powder coating. And then Jordan Bernlohr, there, the Sparco and Simcraft. And Trenton Shelton there, the Falcon Tire machine.
And then last but not least,
Jeff Obering, the Triple Nines machine. DWTs.
And we are green, green, green for round number 2. Still pushing 3 wide through that corner, but went all clean.
Yeah, look at Watson, jumps out to an early lead there. Oh, look at that. Reese Newer goes a little wide, but going to hold on to it. But he's got Brody Graham and Merritt battling with him there.
Woohoo!
It's going to be a close one.
Side by side with Mongo.
Telegram for Mongo.
Now, if he can get that inside, he can get around him. Oh, he got into his back end. That's always a bummer because you want to rotate in and grab that inside line, but
yeah,
Mongo coming in too hot.
Ooh, that's not good.
Elliott Watson with a nice lead.
So Watson and Reese Newer. Oh,
whoa!
737 comes in way too hot, and just caused that chain reaction there.
Yeah, got to hit those brakes.
Yeah, and it looks like, unfortunately, Newer got it. And I'm going to see...
Pretty sure we're going to see a flag come out for that. Yeah, that is correct.
I see a black flag, possibly?
Yeah.
Just saying.
His brake pedal broke.
Yeah.
All right, looks like we're going to re-rack it.
Maybe he's got the same pedals as Leighton.
Oh, oldest excuse in the book. I have made that mistake, but I swapped my brake pedal with my clutch so that I had a different feeling to it.
I got the, what is it, T150 Pro. I actually really enjoy it.
Yeah.
The pedal, it's got that little stop with the rubber cone on it.
Mm-hmm.
It actually feels like a real brake pedal.
Yeah, see, mine doesn't, and I don't like that. So I went to just the shift pedal. So it feels like electronic brake pedal, but
I was going to say, it's like way too easy in a clutch pedal.
Yeah, but it's better. I'd rather have control than it just kind of being really, really stiff.
Yeah.
And here we go.
Green, green, green. Watson, Graham, Merritt. Oh, look at this. Heck and Merritt and Graham can slide back, and Heck it's side by side down the hill out of turn one. Randy Merritt, Mimosas, followed by Lawrence, Obering, Davis, Shelton. Good to see Trenton Shelton there. First, we see Jeff Shelton, Bob's racing too. Everyone's in real life. Trenton. Having some fun in the iRacing.
Oh, yeah. Sean Heck and Brody Graham coming to turn 4.
Ooh, looks like Keck.
Oh, getting on the inside.
Oh, Graham has him by a nose. Let's see as they come back the stripe one more time. Ooh, it's Graham. Still by a nose through turn 1.
And comp caution is out.
And you can see Lemos is trying to sneak right up in there. George sitting in 4th place. Sean Heck in 3rd.
Oh, looks like they're going to keep going.
I think they're going to probably call that earlier one of the competition caution.
Possibly. Going to go ahead and ride along with Sean Heck.
Great onboard shot there. Onboard with Sean Heck again. A few different views there as he looks behind at Randy Merritt. His sight should be set on Graham in front of him, the qualifying position.
Elliott Watson with still a strong lead.
Watson's a fast driver.
Yeah, he
Comes
definitely
from
deserves to be up
the
there.
pro buggy category. You got to learn to be smooth in those. And open wheeled, not a lot of contact happens between those buggies. Otherwise, it turns out disastrous.
Oh yeah.
So it just teaches you to be a little bit more cautious and smoother driver, I think.
That's always a plus. Ooh. And I think Randy Merritt in Mongo Racing is trying to catch up with Sean Heck.
Nice. Nice move. Randy's doing everything he can. Keeps the throttle down.
He's got a clean truck, and Sean's pretty beat, so he's definitely he's got an advantage.
So I'm taking a look here at my phone to see what the weather was here in Reno today. Wonder if they're taking that into, because I know in the Southern California it was close to 100 degrees in some areas. Morning of Nevada. It gets a little warm up there in June. Heck and Graham still chasing each other there. Graham in a qualifying position. Watson checking out.
Uh-oh. Heck giving Watson, or sorry, Heck giving Graham a push around that corner.
Yeah, helping him.
Oh, yeah. You're not going fast enough. Let me help you out there. All right, final lap. Randy Merritt trying to get into the battle.
Actually, not a bad day on Reno. It was only it's about 84 in the high today.
That's
there.
not bad. That's nice and cool.
Says it's 78 there right now.
I'll trade them.
Yeah, take that over 99 degrees. So here we go. Checkered flag for Watson. And Graham is going to take that qualifying position.
Oh, look at that. Randy Merritt with a nice, what would you call that? Tail. He just kicked out his tail end over there.
Yeah, and you see somebody doing the aerobatics up there. I think that's him. Oh!
Look at him go.
They're like, well, I didn't make the main. I'm trashing my truck.
Brody Graham throwing some donuts.
He is one stoked young man right there. Great to see him make it to the main event.
Yep. All right. So heat number 3, we're looking at Roland Johns, Dan Hardesty, Brock Dickerson, Trey Eggleston, Francisco Pieta, I believe. Is that correct? Pieta. And then Jimmy Weitzel. I know, I was messing with you.
Der Wiener Schnitzel. Der Weitzel. It's Jimmy Weitzel Jr.
Brandon Furman. And then Caden Danbury.
Yep.
Yep. And then looks like we have Corey Campbell, Justin Peck, Dallas Nord, Ashton Perfect, and oh nope, he's an admin, so he won't be in there. But let's go ahead and roll through their paints. Once again, Roland Johns in that awesome Mongo Racing. Instagram rj.iRacing. Dan Hardesty running that Ultra Motorsports and Rigid Racing paint scheme.
Look good, hot sauce.
Yep.
Brock Dickerson, of course, BF Goodrich Fox, Pro-Am and CBR. Trey Eggleston running the 590 Sparco machine, General Tires. Francisco Pieta and the Sparco, Mexico, the 152. Jimmy Weitzel looking good in the Ultra Motorsports, Weitzel Motorsports machine. And then, I love it. PBR, baby, Pabst Blue Ribbon. The 155 there, that is Brandon Furman. Caden Danbury, he's going to be one of that four-wheel parts. Polaris Razor. Rigid Industries, looks like full send, number 27. And then the Gear 49, Justin Peck. Toyo Tires. Dallas Norton, the Weller Racing. Very cool to see that. Dallas. BFG's on there, him. And Ashton Perfect. For a fresh desert race for him. Him and Pops. And it looks like my microphone's finishing up. Oh, crap. There we go.
Correct.
Yeah, Ashton Perfect there. Sorry, the mic cut out there. And the Sparco iRacing machine.
Oh.
Ashton off, I think him and Pops took a win in the Moore race. So congrats to him. And happy anniversary to his mom and dad, Lee and Poppy, 20 years. Gotcha. There we go. back on here.
And we're back.
Headset giving me problems.
It happens.
It happens.
What else?
I'm glitching.
What else will 2020 throw at us?
Well, apparently the killer hornets aren't a problem anymore.
Oh, no.
And COVID's gone away since all the riots happened. I don't know. I'm just watching the news and just feeding into the media.
I don't have time for that.
I wasn't being facetious at all. After all the riots, even the murder hornets packed their bags and left town.
Yeah. They're like,
They're
nope.
these guys got enough problems. Going back to Asia.
All right.
Yes, indeedy. Slamming through the gears.
Yep. Yeah, usually when they're able to shift, that means they should be getting ready to go. It's usually about 1 minute to go when they start shifting through.
Well, you know, I want to take a little time to thank some of our great sponsors, and of course CBR, Performance Products, AIM Data Systems, CDC Apparel with all the official apparel. Don't forget to order and buy your iRacing Short Course shirt. Super Clean, Bomber Eyewear, Sparco, K&N Filters, Lawrence Equipment, and of course Rigid Industries. Of course, this broadcast brought to you by
Critical Hit Bass Lures. If you're not fishing with Critical Hit, I don't know why you're fishing at all. And then also Southern California's Nautilus Media Systems for your AV, home integration, and networking needs. Check them out.
He's talking to you, you glitchers.
All right, let's do it.
So Johns, Hardesty, Dickerson, Eggleston, Peta, Weitzel, Furman, Danbury, Campbell, Peck, Nord, Perfect, and we're green. John's going to take the lead up into turn number 1. Let's see. Hardesty looking on the outside. Here comes underneath him. It's Dickerson and the Fox, number 23. Oh, Hardesty gets pushed off wide, able to recover. I think that was Eggleston right behind him. Oh, here's Weitzel.
Oof.
A little bit of a sandwich going on there. Peck does his turtle impression out of turn 2. So it's Johns, Dickerson, Hardesty.
Hardesty throwing a nose in there, getting around
Dickerson,
yeah.
These two have raced together for many years, going back for the trophy carts up to the pro buggy category. So P1 is Roland Johns, followed by Dickerson, Weitzel, Hardesty now. Weitzel, look at this. Weitzel up at the second. Fast mover on board with Hardesty.
Oh, Weitzel with a nice slide job in there. And he's going to get pinched.
Oh, Eggleston and Weitzel banging doors there. Dickerson, you can see him. On board again with Darren Hardesty. Roland Johns, man, with the target on his back. Yep.
He's out of the picture. He's gone.
He's checking out, letting the boys beat and bang on each other.
Smart move.
He's already down that hill, but don't forget, halfway through this, we're going to throw that cop caution, rack them together, burn a lap, shoot them off again.
Eggleston with a nice slide into second. And Weitzel and Hardesty going at it.
Oh, look at this. Dickerson bullies his way. Gets by Eggleston.
Oh, man.
And Hardesty. Eggleston answering back. Gets in front of Hardesty.
This is some good driving.
Oh, yeah. He didn't punt anybody. He just kind of bullied his way in. It's okay.
That's what we want to see.
It was clean. Door-to-door action, which is allowed in the real series. And anytime you got an angle on somebody where you can spin them out, then you know you're in the wrong position.
That's correct.
Door-to-door contact, side to side, always a good thing.
Look at that rotation.
Yeah, he's going to burn some speed off there. And it looks like Hardesty's going to get a good drive out of turn 1. But, hey, Eggleston fought right back. Back up into third.
I think we're on our.
Next lap around should be the comp caution.
It should, but Hardesty's slowing up pretty fast. Either that or he took some damage to his vehicle.
I'm thinking that's more the latter, is what you're saying.
Yeah. No.
Oh, nope. Yeah,
Nope.
it is.
Yeah.
Comp caution.
Because he completely lifted on that
Oh,
downhill.
okay.
Yeah, the speed difference between both Brock and Eggleston was like insane. I was like, no way. Or sorry, Hardesty and Eggleston. Those P5 through P2, some really good driving for all those guys. Actually, jump on with Hardesty again for that restart.
Eggleston right in front of him, the 590. Green, green, green. Well, that sounded weak. Little dry after a hot day here.
Oh.
And Hardesty hits the K-rail. Still able to travel around it. 3 wide coming off the Lucas lead. Eggleston, Dickerson, Hardesty.
Eggleston
Battle
throwing his
back
nose in there, trying to secure that pass.
And look at Roland Johns trying to hold on to that inside line. And it looks like Eggleston trying to force his way up, push him up wide. Johns, Eggleston, side by side. Johns and Eggleston comes off.
You know, honestly, you have to get Eggleston a huge pat in the back for that. He knows his way in at the perfect time. And you can see right there, Brock with a good entrance, and I think Hardesty has the same idea. Come in, hit the brakes hard, and just keep it clean around that corner.
It's funny, Dickerson, Eggleston, Hardesty, all former trophy car kids.
And Hardesty...
Well, Eggleston's still a trophy car kid. And I'll tell you what, he's driving like a pro, right?
I think Hardesty's going to get in there. He set himself up for a pass. Whoa!
Nice move, hot sauce on Dickerson. But look at this, it's going to be 3 wide running up the hill. Eggleston has him by about a quarter of a truck. Oh, he gets off camber. Oh, incredible racing here. This is where you lose and you forget it is a simulator. This is real, the way they're driving.
Oh my gosh, look
This
at that.
looks just like it. Look at Weitzel. Here comes Weitzel back.
Hey guys, can I play too? That's exactly what's going through his
He's
head.
like, shh, don't tell them I'm back here. Let them take each other out.
Yep. Oh, and looks like now that the track's starting to groove in, Dickerson had to over-rotate on that, just get his car pitched around.
Yeah, Dickerson, though, got that position back. Hardesty, he's side by side. Eggleston and Weitzel with the run. A pack of 4 together, but only 2 drivers go. Look like Roland Johns. He's walking away with this one. Oh, no, is that Hardesty? Threw it away. It is.
Yep.
Dickerson up into second. Weitzel side by side with Eggleston.
That's going to be for the final lap, too.
1 more lap to go.
Oh, both of them trying to get into position with that send.
Eggleston trying to run down Dickerson now.
He's got it.
Dickerson looks like he's got about a 3 truck length. Weitzel making a last-ditch effort. He's door-to-door with Eggleston. Dickerson hangs it out. John's checking it out. And
look at John's all the way up there.
Is the Mongo Racing. Checkered flag for Mongo.
Oh, and Weitzel gets around Eggleston.
And look at that. It's going to be Dickerson. And what a great drive by Weitzel. Eggleston. Got to give it up for that young man, though. Awesome job, as well as Danbury. Peta and Ashton Perfect had a good run. Hardesty, unfortunately, with a couple laps to go, was just rolling the dice.
Yeah.
When in Reno, you got to gamble.
He got his tire over that berm, and that's just too much force coming across there. But definitely a good battle. Definitely put it all out there. All right, let's get it ready for round 4.
Well, apparently we're looking at our numbers here, and we may have miscalculated because we're going into the main event here. So if we only did 3, so what do we take? 3 out of each one?
Yeah, so Ricky Johns made it. Sean
Awesome.
Heck made it. Awesome. And then Brock Dickerson.
Right on, Brock.
There we go. And then it's going to bring Roland Johns, Mason Prater, Brody Graham, Elliot Watson, and Braden. Wow, nice.
Yeah, Ronnie Anderson's still, he was already in it there.
Yep.
Earlier, waiting for him to populate. Jared Brooks, Trenton Biley, got Ethan Ebert, Sheldon Creed, Holden Heitritter, Luke Canup, Alan Ampudia, the other Pappas and Beer driver.
Well, let's go ahead and roll through these drivers.
Yep, let's take a look at it. There are paint schemes on there. There's Trenton Briley in that number 17. He's got the approved memory.
Yep, Shreddy on the back.
Shreddy, baby.
And 92's designs on the hood.
There you go. Ethan Ebert, the Ultra Motorsports, Lucas Oil, Rigid Industries.
Mickey Thomas running that Mystic Lubricants, Rigid Industries, and a Bomber Eyewear.
And don't forget the Maxxis tires underneath him as
Yep.
real life sponsor. And of course, the winner from the second place from last week.
Yep.
Jared Brooks in the Bill Stein General Tire Machine.
And then the winner from last week, Sheldon Creed running in that beautiful Chevy throwback truck.
Chevy Thunder.
American Racing Custom Wheels. BF Goodrich.
And Holden Heitritter and that Ultra Motorsports. And it looks like Justice Brothers Oils on the back there, Rigid Oil Industries.
That's correct. Then Luke Canup running a similar paint scheme with Ultra Motorsports, Lucas Oil, Rigid, and Diamond Materials on the back. I believe they're all part of the Lethal Racing team. And Alan Ampudia running an all-white paint scheme. Let me just refresh that real fast.
Yeah, I know there's got to be a Pappas in here somewhere.
Yeah, let me just make sure that's.
I don't think Pops had disinherited you yet, Alan.
1 second, folks. I'm
I
gonna.
think they still love you.
I'm gonna break this.
Everybody's white now.
Yep, got to refresh it. Just make sure we got a paint scheme for him.
Here, that he ran out of body panels and had to go steal some.
Yeah, got too trashed doing the qualifying.
Better get Fiberworks. There we go. The PBR loaded. Yes.
There we go.
Oh!
Whoa.
Whoa!
That's not right.
That can't be right.
It just mixed up everyone's paint schemes.
Yeah, it did because you got Zach Drapkin now.
Dana Hardesty's in here? What? 1 second. That's not right.
Yeah, something real wacky.
Thank you. I at Trading Paints. No,
Okay.
it's messing them all up.
Yeah, no, that's right, Sean Hack.
No, give me 1 second. That's not right. It's overlaying the wrong paint schemes. I'm gonna switch to an outward view. Do that one more time.
Still showing Alan as a white truck. Well, everybody's white trucks.
There we go. It's
populating.
Yeah, I think I had to do it from an external view because it's trying to slam everyone's paint onto one truck. Nope, still messing it up. What is going on?
Were the numbers right?
No.
Actually, they weren't because they had the 155 there.
No, they're all messed up. Great. All right, folks, give me 1 second. I'm gonna do a quick restart, and we'll get that back.
Oops.
here.
All right, looks like we've got our glitches gone. We got Alan input here. I know that's right, the pink, but other than the pops and beer. But that's all right.
Yep. And then Rodney Anderson running in at the
4 part, yeah, that's right.
Walker Evans Racing.
South Point Casino.
Yep. Razor on the hood. Zachary Drapkin running the
signature propellers there. And
Redline Racing Oil or synthetic oil in the back.
92 Designs, right?
Oh, yeah. And the number 56. Braden Chermonte in the 73. AM Ortega Construction.
Yep. And Shreddy and CSD.
Yep. Elliot Watson in the Honda Racing Talon. Number 3.
General Tire, don't forget that.
General Tires, of course. Roland Johns in the Mongo Racing. Mason Prater. Once again, General Tires. Bilstein.
Bill Stein.
And Lucas Oil.
Yep.
Brody Graham.
Lucas Oil Regional Off-Road Racing Series. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yep. Another 92 Designs. General Tire.
And I'm trying to read.
It's
the gardening.
Marana. It's Marantha?
Yeah, it sounds good to me.
I believe it's Marantha.
Yeah, I got a message from, I think it was somebody, I forgot now.
Brock Dickerson in the 23.
Fox, Shocks, and BF Goodrich.
Yep.
CVR, Pro-Am Brakes. And it's Ricky Johnson and the drinking team.
My favorite team out there.
He's got the pop of some beer on it. There you go.
He needs to rub it off on Alan.
Yeah.
just trade some paint with him.
That's funny.
And Sean Heck bringing up the back with What the Heck Motorsports. All right, that is the full field. All right, 20 seconds till we go. Yep.
Yes, Marantha Landscaping. Okay, thanks, Ashton.
Thank you, Ashton.
Appreciate that. It's hard to read on the one screen on that. And
yeah.
I know Kelly Ebert sent me something on it, and I can't find out what she sent it
I'm
to
also
me.
reading impaired, apparently.
Well, on the big monitor I'm looking at, it's not as clear as the one that's in front of your face.
That's correct.
You make a better door than a window, I'm just saying.
How dare you? I worked very hard on that door.
Sorry, I was just shopping on Newegg for more computer stuff.
Newegg, if you're listening, please sponsor me.
Yes, we want you to sponsor.
All right. Fastest truck in the West is gone. And we are green, green, green for the future.
It's Briley and Ebert up into turn number 1. Briley looks low. There comes Creed with Brooks. Ebert gets pushed out wide. Oh! It's really shoved out of the way, able to recover. But it's Briley, Brooks, Creed. A little contact here through turn number 2. The right-hander. And boy, you can see that track is wet. It is slick.
Oh, yeah.
It is slimy. They head up the turnstile, up the hill they go. One driver flipping off in the back.
Little's Ronnie Anderson.
Was it Ronnie?
Yeah.
He's trying to do his Razor new commercial there or something. And here comes Brooke up the inside of Briley. Into turn 1. Brooks looks low. Here comes Creed. Feeds him a door. Ebert right there also. And look at that. Oh, we got a flag?
Yeah, we had, I believe, a stalled car out in the track.
Okay, yep. Oh, no. Is that Mason?
I believe so.
Hung up on the K-rail?
Yep.
Oh.
Hopefully someone is going to be a good Samaritan and get him off that K-rail.
Give him a little bump.
Yep.
Help one of your brothers out.
Oof.
Oof, that's right.
Looks like no one wants to take the damage.
Wow.
That's a bummer. You know what? I think this is a perfect time for a critical hit bass lures replay on that.
Sure, I like how that handles it. You got me hooked. Oh! And let's see if we can find out what exactly happened. Getting this set up on the replay here. You can see, there's Mason there getting hung up there. Let's see who he gets helped by. Let's take a look at it.
All right, here we go. Looks like Mason catching the inside of Luke Knupp, and that just rolled him up top, and then Zach also got spun there.
Oh, and then he just gets high centered on that K-rail.
Oh, man, that's a bummer. And that was a critical hit bass lures caution report.
I admit the driver's been a lot more respectable. That was nobody's intentional fault there. That was just a bad place to be when everything kind of flowed together.
Yep.
Boy, Mason's been, unfortunately, they got the raw end of the deal a few times through this race series there, but glad to see him still plugging away there. Represent his sponsor, Bill Stein.
Yeah. No, he had such a great heat race, too.
Oh, yeah. Riders will continue to circulate here. Lap 4 of 22. We're burning away. Hopefully you got that all cleared up. Gary Lane back out on the track again.
Oh, look. Alan Pudia's paint scheme's back. He just needs some damage. Papas and beers. Four Loko on the side. Look at that.
There we go. Toyota tires. Oh!
Ethan. Oh, no. That was High Rider.
Yeah. Holden. High Rider.
Smile, you're on camera.
You're saying, what's up? It's like a knuckle bump.
I think we'll ride along with Sheldon for this restart.
Third place, it's going to be a good place to see him, Trent Briley, and Jared Brooks in front of him.
Yep.
So it'll be Creed, Ebert, or Knapp in Apudia. Let's see here.
And yeah,
he's got a good start. Oh, it's going to be interesting. Little damage there to Creed, it looks like, in the front left of the truck. On board with him, Chevy Thunder.
And we are green, green, green.
Oh, great shot there. American Racing on the front as he looks the inside of Briley. Hangs a nose on the K-rail, rotates it around. Alan Pudia right on his left rear corner panel. Brooks out front, Creed into second. Briley back to third. And oh, look at that. Briley really sneaks right back inside there. As well as Ebert as he gets ping-ponged out the K-rail.
Ebert was trying so hard to get back in on that inside.
Now is the inside of Creed. Leaning on each other just a little bit. The race up the hill. Off the turnstile, comes around.
Jared Brooks with a decent lead, but Sheldon trying to reel him back in.
Ebert and Pudia having a little contact there.
Looks like
incidental.
3 lethal racing teammates all trying to get their way up through there. Look at that. They're definitely doing something right if they're all racing together.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure they work and share a lot of their setups there. Brooks, Creed, Briley, and Pudia, Ebert, and Knupp. So it's a Bilstein General Tire driver, the Chevy driver of Creed. Trend there, that beautiful, what is it, the affordable memory?
Yep,
Team Critical
approved
hit?
memory.
Approved memory, sorry.
That's-
Affordable sounds better to me.
They might be
Make it
affordable, but it's not approved.
That's why you should only get approved memory, right?
Exactly.
Or as I used to say with Sheldon in that Calgard Chevrolet. Ebert in the Ultra Motorsports, number 57.
Riding along with Ebert right now.
Beautiful shot there as you come across the stripe. Hit the bump, lands perfect. There's no pun there, Ashton. It's always the joke with the perfects. Just perfect. So Ebert,
Allen looking to that inside.
Allen, and Pudia right on his tail. Wow, look at that. Ethan looking very smooth.
Let's go ahead and check out some of the back of the field real fast. Looks like everyone kind of stretching themselves out. See if we have any battles building up.
Where is Roland Johns at this point? There we go. Just saw him go by there. 8th place, Watson. In 9th, we got Brock Dickerson taking a look out there. Back up front with Creed, battling with Brooks. I think I saw Ronnie Anderson back there as they went around in the full parts.
He's in lap traffic, but he's staying on the outside
Yeah,
right now, just trying to stay out of the way.
trying to get some points here. Very smart. You know, it's still not out. It's still a long season, and these top drivers, anything can happen. We're going to go on board here. Looks like with Sheldon Creed again.
And the yellow flag is out.
So that's going to be the comp caution right there.
Yep.
So we're going to go ahead and restack and re-rack them.
Now, talk about deja vu. Jared Brooks, Sheldon Creed, back at it again.
Shocking. Not really.
No, it's not shocking, but definitely it's...
I got to say, though, Trenton Briley and Ethan Ebert and Alan Pudia, Luke Knupp hanging real strong there.
Oh, yeah.
Don't count out Holden or Elliott. Dickerson. Ricky Johnson. He's been coming out swinging. Where's Zach? We saw he had a podium a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, Zach running in P12 right now. Truck's just not doing it for him right now. But he did get caught up with Mason Prater on that lap
that's
one
true.
incident,
That's
so
true.
that's definitely
Could
going to
have
send him to the
damage to
back.
his car. I noticed you guys, I've heard in other broadcasts and all that, the P1, P2, it's an English thing. It's a European thing.
Do you want me to go grab some Earl Grey?
Yeah, no, really.
I have some over there. I can go make some for
Every
you.
time I hear that, I want to go use the restroom. It's It's like asking a kindergarten, you got to go number 1 or number 2? P1? P2? What?
Well, then
Just
instruct
saying.
me. How should I say it?
I like first. They're in the lead.
All right.
Hello, everybody. He's out in P1. You know?
And he's making it down the stretch.
Bangers and mash.
You want start talking with a Cockney accent?
I'll tell you here, Governor.
Quite right, dirty out there.
When it comes off-road to me, it's just, it's first, second, third, in the lead, battling for second, battling for third. He's battling for P3 right now. Isn't that like that new nut and cheese thing that you could buy, P3? Protein.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, I have an English announcer that I've worked with during some of the Jet Ski World Finals, and he's like, he's out for the silverware. And I'm like, silverware?
Position or second place.
Yeah, I'm like, silver second to me, and I eat dinner with my silverware.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Hardware, the gold, whatever you want to say. Silverware just doesn't sound like you're running for first.
Yeah.
Love the guy to death, though.
They just love to throw on some kooky language there.
Yeah.
And I believe, let's see if I can catch that, but the truck's lights should be off. So we should be getting ready to go green.
Maybe saying P1 or P2 is a little lazy to me. Not saying it's a bad thing for anybody else, but for me. And there's no green egg. We have a real round circle green. Just throwing that out there.
Nope, we are still one more.
One more to go.
Yep.
I like to keep it true to the sport.
Oh, did you see the NASCAR flag holder do the iRacing tribute? He swung the flag the same
Straight
way.
up and down?
Yeah. Or he did it like super
figure eights?
Yeah. Super exaggerated. That was pretty awesome.
Like a stiff arm?
Yeah. That way you can see it.
But you'll never see someone take a knee at one of these races at an off-road.
I don't know if you can.
Yeah, we would never let anybody. I'm just saying what I saw.
All right, here we go.
All right. Looks like the truck's going to pull off.
Jared Brooks trying to keep up with the fastest truck in the West. I don't think he can.
So say, what's up, Gary? All right. Here come off the final turn down the hill. Green flag is up. And green, green, green. As Lane goes by, here comes Brooks. Creed, Briley, Ebert, and Pudia Knupp. Ivers turn one. Oh, Creed with a little punt to Brooks. Ebert right on the tail of Creed.
Saw right there Trenton Briley trying to set up a good pass, but then he got pushed from the back and it shot him out. Once again, looking for the inside. Oh, Sheldon Creed
He
with
gets
a roll.
over. Oh, he's back on the rubber side down. Briley gets hung up in the K-rail, able to get out. Brooks, this could be it, but here comes Pudia. Randall, look at this. Here comes a young man, Ebert. Looking to the inside.
And Pudia hitting those brakes, trying to just rotate that truck.
He rocks the wall just a little bit there.
Now I'm going to call it now, and Pudia's going to dive in deep on that inside. Oh, no. Staged to just go with a quick slide job.
And it looks like Ebert slowed up enough for the momentum and a little bit of a hit there.
Yeah.
Ebert's going to answer back right to the inside.
Yep.
And here comes, look at this, Luke Knupp.
Looking for that opening.
Knupp's just watching the battle, the beating and banging going on in front of him.
I think he's giving his teammate a push up there.
Yeah.
Let's actually let's lock onto Luke and ride with him for a lap.
Yeah, he's sitting in the catbird seat right there for sure. Beautiful line by Ebert and Pudia side by side. A little different perspective there. Well, I can tell you, Luke's suspension really working well there.
Yep, and I think Alan just made it around.
It's hard to tell there.
Nope. Yep, Alan made it around Ethan.
Ebert and Knupp now battling. Door to door out of turn 2.
And lo and behold, look who's coming up behind Luke and Ethan. Trent Briley. Saw him picking up some speed back there.
And look who's putting the hammer down behind him. It's Sheldon Creed trying to scratch and crawl his way back up into a top position.
He's got a good tune. He's going fast.
You see the track starting to come into play here. Little blue groove laying down now. Finding the traction. And Pudia. Oh, a little bit of a nudge by Ebert. Pudia able to hold composure. And look at that. Brooks saying, bye-bye. Bye-bye.
He's gone.
Loving how the track's being made in that. You can see the blue groove there laying down after that final turn. As they head down the hill. There's
Sheldon Creed with the send. Trenton Briley responding.
Briley and Creed now battling.
Both Ethan Ebert, Luke Knupp catching up to Alan and Pudia. Can he keep that distance?
Now seeing Mickey Thomas and Holden Heiritter back there battling. Back up, we're seeing Creed and Briley.
4 laps to go.
Man, crazy race.
You're just looking for that simple mistake, and everyone has a different line coming into that turn 1.
Creed able to straighten him back out. I thought he was going to go around.
Mickey Thomas making it around both Holden Heiritter and Trenton Briley.
Very close back there. Somebody makes a mistake. You see Thomas and Creed banging doors. Whoa, you can really see that blue groove right there.
Oh, yeah. Thomas has got some speed on him, though.
Well, I think Creed was in the blue groove, got the hookup. Thomas got in the marbles. That's why he just couldn't get that final drive. Different line. Oh, no, exact same line they go for. Staying in the traction zone. Thomas, a little tail slap to the K-rail.
Last 2 laps to go.
Look at Ebert and Knupp chasing down Impudia. That's the battle for third behind Impudia.
Every single turn, they get so close to like just giving him a nose and getting ready to pass, and then Impudia just pulls out.
Yep.
His back tires just sink in and dig him out of there.
Oh, he got out a little wide, got in the marbles. Ebert stayed in the blue groove, able to get some traction. Here we go, up the hill. And Impudia gets a lady. It's a little bit of a touch there. And Ebert goes into second, Knupp into third as he battles with Impudia for third place.
Those rollers are so tough. You really have to prep that corner. But here comes Alan with the rebuttal. Oh! Whoa!
Whoa. Whoa. Not sure what to think of that one.
Yeah.
It is the white flag lap. Tempers flare. The checkered flag in sight. The race eyes come on.
And I think Luke might have a rebuttal for his teammate, so we'll see what happens.
No, something better happen because they only have a little bit of this track to go. The white flag is out.
And that's it. Jarrett Brooks Alan Pudia and Luke Canup, but I'm pretty sure we're going to need to wait for race control to talk that one out.
Oh, but I would not like to be a fly on the wall at this time.
Nope.
And unfortunately, it being 8:45, I'm going to turn into a pumpkin here. I actually have to run out here, and I'll let Randall handle the interviews. You have to definitely ask, if Alan's in there, ask him about his feelings about the 500, because it's a big race for him and his family always.
Will do.
And congratulations to Jarrett Brooks, Luke Canup, Sheldon Creed, awesome job. Thomas in 5th, Heck 6th, Drapkin 7th, Dickerson and Ebert. Not for sure Ebert was going to be up in there, but we'll let race control handle all that. Folks, I want to say hasta la vista, and I'll see you guys next week. Dave Arnold out.
Thank you, Dave.
All right, Randall.
All right, folks. Just talking to race control, trying to figure out what's going on. Jarrett Brooks, if you're out there, pop up into a race chat or into the broadcasting waiting room so we can pull you in. And in the booth with me right now, I have Jarrett Brooks, our first place winner. We're doing this a little bit out of order since admins are having to make some choices in the background. Jarrett, what a run.
Yeah, man, that was a pretty flawless run right there. Didn't really have much, didn't really have to worry about really anyone that race, which was kind of nice for once. But qualified first. That's my first pole position with 4 invert.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of got lucky because Mickey Thompson got an EOL of some sort. So had that row to myself and kind of just made quick work. Try to get to the front and just run my lines, which I haven't really drove my sim all week. So I don't know. I just have a fast setup here, and I'm good at this track, even though I don't really like it. I'm pretty fast at this track. So
Usually
really can't.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, really can't complain, man. The track just, I mean, surprisingly, it didn't even really blue groove up, which kind of was a bummer. I like when it blue grooves up because I only get faster. But once I got to the lead and we had that restart, I think everyone just kind of tangled up behind me, which obviously helped me out. Just kind of ran smooth up there, just was clicking off laps, just cruising, and I don't know, it was pretty easy for once. So really can't complain about getting a win tonight. Backing it up from I think I'm 4 podiums in a row, so not bad for my first 4. Or this is my I think 5th week on the sim. So
I think the first week was a little rough, but first week you did pretty well. It was I think the second week you had a rough one that you're in, but ever since then you've been doing really good out there.
Yeah, for sure. So like I always say, this Sparko sim, man, this thing is so realistic that me and my crew chief Tanner can tweak on this thing all day and make insane amount of gains that are realistic. So Just like even when the blue groove's up, I mean, your lines change, which these are the exact lines I'll run in real life. Like when the track develops like this, you know, I'm switching on my lines, and this track is pretty dang identical to how I run in real life. So you know, big thanks to Sparko for this awesome sim, man. It's awesome racing for real life once we get back to it. And big thanks to General Tire, Bill Stein, Black Rhino, get HID lights, and you know, this thing's just a blast.
Well, man, you had a great run out there. You pretty much hit all the marks. There's not much to say other than you know, you had Sheldon kind of chasing you up on that first half, and then after he got sucked back into the back of the or into the, you know, the fold of people battling out, it was just, you checked out. So awesome run. I can't wait. Hopefully we'll see you up in the podium for next week again, because you are on a run, and it's a good one.
Yeah, for sure. I think I started 3 or 4 races behind on the championship. I think I'm already, or last I checked, I was up to 12th. So pretty insane, man. Like I said, this field is stacked. Like all these guys in here have all raced previously, or you know, raced some type of something. So it's a stacked field, and it's always good practice to get on here and just get your mindset into racing.
Definitely, man. Glad to have you out here, and I hope you have a good rest of your night.
Awesome, man. Thank you, guys.
You got it. All right, next up into the booth is going to be our second place. That's going to be Luke Knupp. You're in the booth.
What's up?
Wow. Glad to have you up here, man.
It's been a while.
It has, but both you, Ethan Eber, and Holden were having a run. Like all 3 of you guys were running pretty much the same pace. You know, team works together, drives together, and it was kind of nice to see you guys kind of. Usually when you see Ethan and, you know, you guys racing against someone else, you can kind of see you guys are trying to get that nose in and trying to set yourself up for your pass. But when you're racing against a teammate, it's one of those things where you want to make sure they're fast too, but you don't want to also compromise your speed. So seeing you run next to Ethan like that was pretty awesome. Great racing.
Yeah, I know Ethan's running for a champion just like I am, and we were talking the whole time. We were talking with Holden since Holden's new on the team. I think he got another top 5. I could be wrong, but all in all, like you said, we're clean battles. Some other people in this series don't really like to, or don't really know how to clean battle, I should say. And I think this race was definitely a lot better than 2 weeks ago at Reno. But other than that, glad to be back on the podium.
Yeah, you guys said night and day improvement since 2 weeks ago. Definitely a lot better driving. Even the heat races were amazing. You know, even when we went 3 wide on some of these corners, these guys were keeping it pretty clean. Instead of like really pushing someone into the K roll, they were just kind of holding their line and just working it out as they went into the straight.
Yeah, for sure. I didn't really have the best starting position. I played the game trying to go for the invert, and it definitely didn't work. So. Next time we're gonna go back to trying for first every time. But other than that, I just sat back the whole race. Really watched the carnage happen in front of me. I was involved in a couple battles with Alan and Ethan, like you said.
Yeah.
Just drove him clean. I got hit really hard on lap 2. I think it damaged my truck a little bit, but just happy to. I'm not happy to see Ethan get pile drove by Alan there, but I think.
Yeah, it looks like the admins are reviewing that, so we'll have to see what they decide, but.
Yeah, so that's definitely going to hurt him in the championship. But like I said, glad to be back on the podium. It's been a while.
Definitely glad to have you up here, and hopefully we'll see you giving Jarrett Brooks and Sheldon Creed a run for their money for that first and second pole when we come back to Wild Horse next week.
Yeah, I just want to thank Ultra Wheels, Rigid Industries, Affordable Sticker Service for these awesome wraps, Lucas Oil Products, Diamondback Materials, my teammates Darren Harsty, Ethan Ebert, Holden Height Rider. And then Lethal Esports for always giving me a bad to the bone truck every week. So, and Ethan again, sorry about that, man.
Yeah.
And congrats to Jared and Sheldon on the podium.
Definitely. And hopefully Ethan will bounce back. He's a fast driver. I know you guys had a rough run this for a couple of races, but you guys are bringing it back, and I like to see that. So can't wait to see what you guys do next week.
Yep, for sure. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Luke. All right, our third place, Sheldon Creed. Glad to have you back in the booth. Sheldon, can you hear me? Check, check. Sheldon, can you hear me? Uh-oh. Looks like I'm having some mic issues. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go ahead and try and fix that. Sheldon, can you hear me? Oh. What? 1 second, folks. For some reason, it does not want to fix itself. Alright, gonna reload and I'll be right back. Nope, still having some issues there. Just bear with me, folks. Looks like it's one of those nights. All right, just a couple more seconds. Trying to work myself back in here. Check, check. Sheldon, can you hear me now? Check. All right, and I am back. Sheldon, can you hear me?
I got you now.
Sorry about that. I had issues this time. Look at that.
I was trying to figure out if my stuff was down, but
no, it was me. Luckily, I have a wonderful assistant that was letting me know that I was cutting out. Oh man, dude, glad to have you up in the podium. Definitely not the way to see it happen, but it's a third place is a third place, and I'll take it anyway, and I'm pretty sure you would too.
yeah, for sure, man. It's just fun Wednesday night things going on. So, I got hit there at the beginning when I was racing Jarrett for the lead.
Yeah.
I was just trying to be clean, and hopefully a few of us could get away and race it out. But man, it's kind of fun to make it interesting, you know.
It is, and then you were battling out the whole way with these guys. I saw you going against Mickey Thomas for a while, and then you beat him to the punch. But you worked your way up from, I believe it was 7th after that restart, and you got turned in turn 2.
Yeah, I think I was 7th or 8th.
Yeah, definitely fell back quite a bit, and then I saw you driving up the line in the back. That was definitely some good driving, and looks like your car is definitely set up to run that late game.
Yeah, I think a lot of it's just, I don't know, making it stiff for the end. I don't know why, but when you make them soft, they don't turn at the end. So
yeah,
just was set up pretty good, and I don't think Holden Heitrider was too happy with me. I was like, I like keyed up and apologized. I was like, I'm coming, bud, sorry, but yeah, no, it's fun. It's so hard. Like everyone's getting so fast. I don't know if you guys saw, like qualifying the top 5 was all like,
yeah, that was insane,
super close 90s. So that was
even the rest of the field going all the way down. Like you're talking everyone being within, you know, a hundredths of a second of each other to a thousandths of a second of each other. It was pretty insane. Like,
yeah, I feel like every race it just gets closer and closer. Like everyone's been getting their practice. I know a lot of the kids are out of school, so
yeah, definitely the time they
leaves
need.
them some time. Yeah, but it's, I don't know. This is so much fun, just being able to do this and hang out with my buddies online, you know.
Dave wanted to ask me how'd you feel about the Baja 500 being canceled.
I mean, I'm so distant from that world nowadays, but it's a bummer for sure. I don't know. I've actually started watching trophy trucks a lot more, or just desert racing in general. So definitely a bummer. We'll hopefully see him back, and if they go back in July, it's gonna be so hot down there.
Yeah, it's gonna be insane.
So yeah, that'll be tough for those guys.
And probably for the trucks too. Those trucks being under those conditions.
Yeah, I mean, for that stuff, yeah. I mean, they got such big cooling radiators now and all that, but just on the pit crew and everything, that's, I mean, it's probably 110 down there in July, so warm.
Yeah. the least you could say. It's a little more than warm.
Yeah, it's like my world. Like we raced in Atlanta last week, and it was
Yeah.
like 85 degrees, 80% humidity.
Oh my gosh.
And I was just burning up in the truck. They get like we have no airflow, so they get like
especially
like
with that,
150 degrees inside.
especially that humidity, it just sticks. It doesn't need like
Oh,
even if you have a
it's
fan
terrible.
in front of you, it just doesn't want to move. It's heavy air, just heavy.
Yeah, I was soaked when I got out.
Yeah. Well, man, great to have you up in the booth. Great job out on the track. You definitely fought for your position. Do you have any sponsors you want to shout out?
I mean, no one really sponsored me for this too, but just Chevy and everyone that helps me out on my NASCAR truck deal.
Awesome.
So thank you guys.
Thank you, man, for being out here, and great job, and can't wait to see you next week.
All right, we'll see you.
You got it. Well, that is going to do it for tonight. Once again, round 10 finishing off with a little bit of controversy. We'll have to see how that plays out for some of the drivers. But I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And for all of our series sponsors, that's going to be CBR Performance, AIM Data, CDZ Apparel, It's Not Clean, It's Super Clean, Bomber Eyewear, Sparco, K&N, Lawrence Equipment, and Rigid Industries, and for our broadcast sponsors, Critical Hit Basket Lures, and Southern California's Nautilus Media Systems. I hope everyone had a great time watching, and I'll see you guys next week.